Hey, my dear subscriber, thank you for being there. I appreciate your company, your interest, your curiosity in athletics. Hopefully, you're enjoying these episodes as I parade them in front of you. If you're a tourist, keep clicking, liking. And by the way, you can always leave a comment on a conversation or an interrogation on a subject that I share. And that's part of building a community. And I hope you enjoy those moments because makes you an engaged global citizen in athletics. Today, to my subscribers, I want to bring you something I've been sharing and kind of championing. The whole idea of let's choose the best of the athletes that made the year 2025 an incredible year of sports. Let's put their CV, let's put their body of work throughout the year and see whether they deserve the vote. So I've been promoting democracy, fairness, athletics, civil rights of voting. I've been championing that from field events, track events, out of the stadium events, all kind of categories that the World Athletics solicited our input or our vote. And we were excited. I was excited. I think I've done maybe 2 or 3 episodes on that, maybe 3 at most, where I promoted names, not names, but I've given my opinion on some of the athletes that deserve to be nominated to be the athletes of the year 2025, looking at what they've done from the beginning of the year to right now. We're in cross country season and marathons. The names have been out there, and I think most of you have been engaged. And then the votes have come down, and the World Athletics have to give us the 2 finalists. And for the first time, and I think this is not the first time, I think last year we had the same kind of, I'll call it scandalous voting system, fraudulent. Can we say rigged? Because I'm of the opinion that what I shared or what I suggested a few episodes ago is that we live in what I call post-truth. What you see is not really what you are looking at. We live in an age whereby truth is being called that. Is people look down at what you call truth. Nobody wants to know the truth. So let's talk about athletics and our votes. What is the truth? The truth for me, and for most of the readings I've seen online, Facebook, and there's a man who posted something on Facebook that was quite to the point. He wasn't ranting, he was just saying facts. Are facts important? Do we believe in facts? The facts check? Have we seen all this? Do they add up? The reason why I'm saying this is because I'm disappointed by the World Athletics Association. They've asked us to participate in voting for the best athletes in all these categories. Okay? They've asked the fraternity, the family of athletics, the enthusiasts like me and you to engage and cast our vote. And then I find something quite disturbing, or what I call a manipulation of the system, whereby 50% of the votes or the casting system or whatever the system they put in place is tilted towards Monaco, the headquarters of World Athletics. There's an inside job here. 50% of the votes are aggregated into the finale of who is who or who makes the finals in the nomination to the World Athletics headquarters and maybe employees and people who do the work in those main offices. 50%. 25% is what they call the World Athletics family. I don't know who that is. Is it me? Am I part of the family? And then the rest of the 25 is the social media. So I find that kind of a rigged system. So all this time, I didn't know that they own 50% of the veto power in the voting caste system. So when I looked at the finalists, I was like, this is very scandalous. This is very fraudulent. This looks like Tanzania Suluhu, the president elect or whatever that maniac in Tanzania said, she had 98% of the cast vote in Tanzania, and she won by landslide. That's where we are. Cameroon, the country of Cameroon, an election or a sham. Those two countries just have been an expose of how rogue the African continent that the presidency election process is. Now here comes World Athletics. And these are the nominees in the track and field athlete of the year. You know they are the top two according to World Athletics, not according to the global village of athletics. I can bet you. Maybe Femke, the world champion in the 400 meters hurdles. She was unbeaten all year. She was a Diamond League champion. She ran through every barrier and she was on top of her game. She was part of the bronze medalists relay team for our country. Let's give her that. Maybe Femke. Where my heart sinks and sinks to the lowest is when I see SML, Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone. You must be kidding me that she's the top second nominee or the top two nominee athlete of the year. You must be kidding me, World Athletics. You must be really be sitting somewhere in this universe saying, we're going to manipulate this. We have to give an American. We have to look at the West. She ran the best time in the World Championship, 47.7. She almost broke the world record. That was a moment of brilliance. It was a spectacle. It was a moment where we were like, yeah, she's legit. She went 47. Okay, she was a world champion. That's all she is. But she didn't break the world record. She doesn't own the world record in the 400 meters flat. She owns it in the 400 meters hurdles. But that did not happen in this calendar year. What even rubs me the wrong way with our nomination here is that Femke and Sydney McLaughlin-Levrone never raced each other all year long in the 400 meters hurdles. So she avoided her best competition in the event that we've known her for. She had to compete against Paulino of Dominican Republic in the 400 and Salwa, the Bahrainian. That's all our competition. Okay? She didn't do much. She did the whatever that thing is, GST, the Grand whatever series track with Michael Johnson. She participated in that. And so what? We look at the whole calendar year. She barely raced. She was picky. She was cherry picking where she's going to show up. She was the national champion in Eugene. She did the Eugene Prefontaine Classic, and that's all she did. And she was the top, second best in the world right now, going to the final nomination. I say this, that is a scandal. That is a scandal for me. It doesn't add up. Okay, let's go down to the man, Noah Lyles. Please, my people, come on, people. Against Kung Fu Kenny Penarek, drama in Eugene. Is that why he's getting a nod as one of the top two right now nominees for the Athlete of the Year? Is that the drama? Is because it's Noah Lyles and his swagger? Is that why? Because let's put it this. Let me put you what I think. Let me just tell you what I think. Okay, let me tell you what I think. 100 meters is the race. 100 meters is the event. 100 meters is why people gravitate and get glued on their TV to watch any finale. That's where things happen in track and field. I've been around for quite a while. 1988 100 meters final was the must-watch finale. Ben Johnson, Carl Lewis, Ben Johnson, Carl Lewis, Christine Linford. Who else? That was the event. It was scandalous to say the least. You can go down the history of track and field. It's all about 100 meters. It's never 200. 200 meters is not a must-watch show. It's not where the cameras are. It's not why people watch track and field. They might. There could be some breaking of the world record. No advice is here because he's the world champion in the 200 meters and he's a national champion in the same discipline. Against Leslie Tebogo, against Kenny Benarek. Those were his competition. Olympic gold medalist, and Kenny Benarek, the American nemesis, the compatriot. Noah Lyles does not belong here to me. You know who's not here? A Jamaican by the name of Olyslagers, who humbled, humiliated, crushed, dominated, put Noah Lyles in his place in 100 meters in London and everywhere that they met and even the final. Relegated Noah Lyles to third place in the final in 100 meters. Did you hear what I said? A Jamaican, Olyslagers, crushed, exposed, beat, made Noah Lyles look ordinary every time they raced shoulder to shoulder. Olyslagers Jamaican is not even here. Yet Noah Lyles is in the top 2 nominee. I won't even talk about Emmanuel Onyonyi. I made my case for that young man long time ago. In the field events, Tara Davis-Woodhall, I'll give her that. She's a brand. She's why people watch long jump. She knows how to do it. She did it. National champ, world champ, athlete champ, everything champ. And she showed up all year long. What is this I'm seeing here, my friend? We went down under here. This is the lowest form of nomination, lower denominator. Nicola Olyesanka, high jumper, world champion from Australia. Okay, listen. I don't want to rant. Where is Valerie Ullman? Unbeaten all year long. She knew how to do it all year long. She delivered national champ, world champ, unbeaten. She doesn't get to be a second nominee in field events. 50%, 25%. Social media could not give Valerie Ullman. Scandalous. Scandalous, fraudulent rigging voting system. Okay. Maybe that's all I'll say, because if I go down this nomination process and the top 2 nominee, Modo Duplantis, I'll give him that. Mattia Fulani, the long jumper from Italy. Yeah, I might. I don't have squabbles with that. But I'll still go to Pedro, the Portuguese, in the triple jump. That's a more technical event to come back and win gold medal. I made a case for him. Doesn't make the cut. The top 2 here. Okay, I don't know. Here we go. Outside the stadium. Marathon. Perez Jepchirchir. Give her that. I think it was a great race, the last 200 meters. She wins. I made a case for her. I don't know about Maria Perez, the Spaniard. 20-meter walk and 35. She's a champion. Now, with the marathon, this is where I think they got it right. Sebastian Sawe and Alfonso Simbu of Tanzania deserve to be here. No qualm about it. I'm going to finish by saying this. I'll just be honest. This voting system for world athletics is why people are looking the other way and saying, I think the whole system is rigged. That's why we have enhanced games coming up in March in Las Vegas, that people are like, why don't we use steroids and find how really we can cheat and still win? using some drugs. I can tell you even more about why athletics is falling into must-watch show. Is because people are like, we don't believe what we see. We don't believe how people vote. Because this is a scandal of the highest order. Beatrice Chebet is not even here as a top athlete nominee, even going to the final in the nomination process. Wild record, both. Either way you look at it, she ran 13:58 in 5K. The world was watching. She's a double gold medalist in the World Championship. The world is watching. You can say we won't give it to Faith. That's fine. Beatrice Chebet does not even make the last top 2 nominees of 2025. Last year, I tried to lay a case for her. People pour their hearts out for Beatrice Chebet. Because Perez Jepchirchir has been nominated outside the stadium, another Kenyan cannot, because of course we are trying to say Emmanuel Wanyonyi, another Kenyan. It's not about the country. It's about athletics. It's about how people have done all season. It's not about a country. It's about an athlete. SML. Nicola Olyslagers in high jump is a rigged nomination process for them to make the top 2. I don't have to apologize for that. I'm exposing Sebastian Coe and his system of nomination. That's why some people in the headquarters of World Athletics were able to undermine the system and stole 1.75 million euros. It's a scandalous system, it's rigged, and it's not democratic, and it's not global, and it's not fair. To not to see Beatrice Chebet again, back to back, after sheer dominance and sheer excellence in races all year long. Double gold medalist, 5K and 10K, broke the world record, ran 8:11 in the 3K, third best time in the world ever in 3,000. And she doesn't make the top 2. It's not about Kenya, my friend. It's about how biased, how rigged, and how scandalous the voting system in World Athletics is. It's a joke, hands down. Either I don't know what I've been watching all year, or this process has been hijacked. Please stop asking for votes next year. I'm not voting, and I'm not promoting it. I've done it the last 2 years. This is my second year. I'm not doing it for the third time. I'm saying I'll just make my case outside the system and say this is a rigged system. It's almost a replica of the elections and the sham elections around the globe, including Cameroon and Tanzania. Wow, I can't believe I can equate World Athletics to sham elections around the globe. Was my take, my friend. A sham election, some of them deserve it, but SML to be the top 2 nominee athlete of the year, and Nicola Olyslagers of Australia, high jumper, to be here without Valerie Allman, the biggest joke I ever seen. That was my take. If you voted, you exercise your rights. My subscriber, what do you think? Am I out of turn here? Am I out of tune? What am I watching? What did you see? Did you nominate? Did you vote for anybody? What did you vote for? Your comments are always welcome, man. Let's just fight for what is called the truth. The truth is in danger, my friend. Let's fight it by voting. Talk to you later.